Good evening, basketball fans, and thank you for joining us here at the Pinnacle Bank Arena, where your Doane University Tigers have been invited to take on the University of Nebraska-Lincoln Cornhuskers in an exhibition game. There is approximately 2.5 minutes left in pregame warm-up, so we will join you shortly with our starting lineups. And as tip-off is just about ready to get underway, we have your starting lineups for Doane University. It will be Brady Tim, River Johnston, Cooper Sheldon, Cam Binder, and Josiah Gardner. For your Cornhuskers, it is CJ Wilcher, Sam Hoiberg, Bryce Williams, Jamarcus Lawrence, and Keisei Tominaga. And Gardner wins the tip for the Tigers. It will be Binder bringing it up court. He finds River Johnston over to Tim. Sheldon at the top of the key looking for somewhere to go with it. He finds Tim on the outside. Gardner coming to the top of the key to take the pass. Will hand off to Binder. Looks to Johnston. Good look to Tim in the corner. Tim with a smart wait, and the pass will be stolen. Hoiberg down court with it now. Tosses one up, and the first points of the game will be for the Cornhuskers. Binder bringing it back for the Tigers. Tim swings it around to Sheldon. Sheldon with a pass fake. It's going to go to Tim in the corner. Gardner sets up a handoff. Tim driving baseline and will step out. So 2 turnovers to start the game off here for the Tigers. Hoiberg on the inbound, and Lawrence is bringing it down court. Nice sneak back there to Hoiberg. Gardner with some excellent defense. Hoiberg able to finish at the rim for 2 more. Binder to Tim, swung around to Sheldon. Sheldon on the outside wants to get it in, is going to be forced to go over to Binder. Johnston coming up the lane with it, loses it on the way. It is stolen, and a jump ball will be called before it goes out. And alas, it will go to the Huskers. So 3 back-to-back turnovers on 3 back-to-back possessions for the Tigers. Not the start they were hoping for here, as a handoff to Hoiberg. Great transition here by the Cornhuskers. Wilcher pulls up for 3. It is off the rim. Sheldon chases down the rebound. Tim on the turnaround now. Finds Gardner at the top of the key. Johnston left open from 3. Off the back of the rim, and the rebound is by Lawrence. Nice look down court. It is stolen away by Johnston. Johnston taking it inside, pulls up, is going to go back to Tim. Tim takes a second to reset everyone. Gardner around to Binder. Johnston now in control at the top of the key. He'll find Binder. Binder shoots one for 3 off the rim. Lawrence with the rebound, and Tominaga over to Williams for 3. Once again off the rim. Sheldon there for the rebound. Has it knocked away. Good recovery by the Tigers, though, ready to be back on defense. Williams for 3, off the rim. Tim with the rebound. Johnston to Binder in the corner. Binder tries again for 3, and this time it's good. Tigers on the board. Williams in the corner will hand off to Hoiberg. Shot for 3 is no good. Tim cleans glass. Nice look to Binder up court. Binder bringing it around. Tim inside to Gardner. Gardner immediately double teamed. Going to work. He finds Binder for 3. And again, back-to-back 3s for Binder. Puts the Tigers in the lead. Lawrence will bring it down court for the Huskers. Williams coming out to receive the pass. Over to Tominaga. Sets up a handoff, right back to Williams. Looking inside to Tominaga. It was an excellent play. It did not pan out. Sheldon on the steal. Has it knocked away by Hoiberg, but it will remain in possession of the Tigers. River Johnston heads to the side to take the inbound. Gardner with an excellent move. Johnston fades away for 2. It finds the corner of the rim. Williams on the turnaround now. Williams wants to take it all the way. Excellent defense by Gardner, but a travel will be called. And it'll be Tim and Binder leisurely bringing the ball down court. Binder with a look inside to Gardner. Gardner with a handoff to Tim, pulls up for two, air ball to Wilcher. Wilcher looks, finds Lawrence. Lawrence underneath the rim. It is knocked away by Gardner. Sheldon grabs the rebound. Tim over to Binder. Binder allowing a moment. Sheldon now looking for somewhere to go with it. He finds Johnston, 10 to shoot left for the Tigers. Johnston in the corner and double teamed, has it knocked away. Hoiberg with the steal. Pulls up, gives it to Williams. Williams over to Lawrence. A handoff to Tominaga in the corner. Tominaga driving. Off the rim, Sheldon with the rebound. An excellent defense here by the Tigers thus far. Binder's pass is stolen away. Johnston following up Tominaga, but it will do no good as Tominaga will put it through the hoop. And we are tied 6-6 now. Johnston at the top of the rim swings it around to Binder. Binder over to Tim. Tim's pass once again knocked away. Tominaga on the steal. At the top of the key for three off the rim. Tim coming in for the rebound. So an opportunity here for the Tigers to reset. He finds Johnston. Johnston over to Binder. Sheldon to Johnston, almost loses it, manages to save it. Johnston picks up the dribble and is immediately double teamed. However, he will be fouled. And we head into our first media timeout. The score is tied 6-6. A timeout, Doan so far with 6 turnovers. That would be a turnover for every minute played thus far, and a third less shots than the Huskers, putting up 10 in the first few minutes, whereas the Huskers put up 15. Gardner now in the paint, loses the dribble, but is going to be fouled. The inbound finds Johnston on the side, over to Binder. Binder bringing it around to Sheldon, back to Binder, 9 to shoot. Tim finding Johnston. Johnston at the top of the key, over to Binder. Binder forced to pull up for a long three. An excellent rebound there by Sheldon gives the Tigers a second chance. River finishing at the rim for 2. Coleman now bringing it down court, back outside to Tominaga. A handoff to Hoiberg. Williams into some traffic, is going to go around to Rice. Williams cuts baseline and finishes at the glass for 2. Eight to 8 now. Sheldon back to Binder. Johnston coming out long to receive the pass. Sheldon with a bounce pass into Tim, almost knocked away. Good hands there by Tim. An excellent quick release by Binder from 3. It is unfortunately off the rim. Tominaga with the rebound. Tominaga up the paint, wants a foul called as it gets knocked away. Johnston with the steal. Nick Size entering the game for the Tigers. Binder on the inbound, finds Sheldon. Good look inside to Sheldon by Johnston. It went right through the hands, and it will be Husker basketball. Tigers going to be needing a sense of urgency here, as most of these turnovers have resulted in just not going to the pass and waiting for the pass to come to them, so it's knocked away. Rice in the corner for 3. Huskers up 11 to 8 now. Even just bringing the ball down court, you can see a lot more urgency on the Husker side, attempting to force turnovers, even if it results in a foul, whereas Doan seems to be a little bit scared. A little hesitant, if you will. Maybe scared wasn't the word. Johnson on the inbound finds Binder in the corner. He'll get it to Cricky, who just entered the game, and Cricky on the handoff will get a foul called against Hoiberg. Hoiberg now with 2, as the Huskers have 4 fouls. And with that, Wiltshire re-enters the game. Size coming out to receive the inbound. Sheldon at the top of the key, turning, finds Size. Good look to Cricky. Only 10 to shoot. It's Johnston over to Binder. Nice slip there to Sheldon over to Binder, and once again Binder going to be forced to take a random shot. Unfortunately, there was really no making that one. An excellent turnaround here by Lawrence, who will draw Doan's first foul. That would be against Fred Cricky. And we are going to head into another timeout as the Huskers lead 11 to 8 with 11:42 left to play in the first half. And as we come out of the media timeout, hopefully can be expecting to see a lot more energy out of this Doan team. As we start off with a Husker inbound. And it will be Lawrence, who is baseline. And new Tiger into the rotation. It'll be Ben Renshaw. Wiltshire receiving the inbound. Takes it around to Coleman. Great passing here by the Huskers, and somehow ended up with Jacobson wide open. Good recovery there by Cricky. Wiltshire driving, gets a foul called on the attempt. And that will go against Nick Size. It will be a shooting foul, so CJ Wiltshire at the line. And his first one rings around before going in. Doan now trailing by 4. And the second one rattles around a bit before falling. Renshaw bringing the ball down court, gets it over to Tim. Tim back to Renshaw. Good look inside to Size. We'll go back across to Tim. And the Huskers doing an excellent job of guarding the paint thus far, with Doan only having 2 points in the paint. Sheldon saves the ball from going out of bounds and will immediately call a timeout. A 30-second timeout here for the Tigers. An opportunity to reset and maybe find a way to force that ball inside. As I mentioned, Doan only has 2 points in the paint, however, has allowed Nebraska 8 and has allowed 9 points off of turnovers. So it seems like a really simple equation. Just cut down the turnovers and maybe cut down the points. I think the Tigers here are going to need to focus on getting it inside and keeping the Huskers out. Because just because you force them to yuck up threes doesn't mean it's going to go in. They have a lot better opportunity at the rim than they do from 3. Size and Tim with a little back and forth here. Tim finding Cricky. He will go across to Sheldon. 8 to shoot. Size on the drive will find Sheldon. Sheldon going to the rim, puts one up off the glass, manages to save that one. Jacobson down court. He finds Rice in the corner for 3. Renshaw bringing it down to Sheldon. Tim to Size. And once again, around the arc. Cricky at the top, over to Renshaw. And no attempt to get it inside so far. Renshaw taking it in. Tim coming around to help. Banks one in for 3. Coleman driving up the lane will draw a foul. That one's going to go against Cooper Sheldon. And 2 new Tigers into the rotation. We have Josiah Gardner and Caleb Rabick. Wiltshire on the side, inbounds to Coleman. Coleman going back to Wiltshire, he'll find Jacobson. Jacobson cuts inside, back to the corner for 3. And Wiltshire with a fadeaway 3 puts the Huskers up 19-11. Renshaw to Size. Tim finding Gardner. Rabick at the line to Tim. A good ball in. Jacobson turning, trying to take it over, and no basket, but a foul will go against Gardner. And a shooting foul for Jacobson. And short with the first one as River Johnston comes back in for the Tigers. And Jacobson will leave one hanging as he walks away from the line with a 1-for-2 performance. Renshaw will bring it down court for the Tigers. Johnston looks, finds Tim out wide. Raybick, at the top of the arc, goes around to Tim. Gardner coming out for it, finds Johnson. Sets a screen, excellent read there by Wilcher. Johnson on the drive to Tim in the corner. Tim cuts baseline, looking up and over, off the glass. Coleman with the rebound. Coleman will send it back out to Wilcher, who yucks one up for 3. Off the rim, Renshaw with the rebound. And back into the game. We have Jamarcus Lawrence and Keisei Tominaga. Renshaw at the line with an opportunity for a 3-point play, makes it. Tigers trailing by 6 now, 20-14. Lawrence bringing it down court. Williams over to Wilcher. Wilcher finds Rice. Rice immediately pulls up from the top of the key. Off the rim, Tim with the rebound. An opportunity for a quick turnaround here, but he will pull up. Gardner to Renshaw. Renshaw inside, good slip through to Gardner. Gardner with a strong take at the rim. Up and over, Tominaga pulling that one down. A handoff to Rice. Rice into the paint, taking it up against Raybick, up and over for 2. Good ball movement here by the Tigers. Raybick finding Renshaw, wants to slip it inside to Johnson, and it is knocked away. Good defense here by Johnson and Renshaw. Tominaga grabbing his ankle after it is stolen by Renshaw. Tominaga still down as Tim waits to make 2, and play will stop as Tominaga limps gingerly off the floor. Oh, and needs assistance. Off. Binder finding Tim. Good look inside to Gardner. Gardner immediately met with a double team. gets tangled up and will get called for the travel. Lawrence down court with a handoff to Williams. Hoiberg to Rice, almost knocked away by Sheldon. Good switch there by Sheldon and Gardner. Rice almost loses it, manages to keep it alive. Williams will go over to Rice. Rice with a long three, finds the back of the rim. Sheldon pulls down the rebound. Tim down court to Binder. He'll find Gardner. Gardner fades away for two. It slides across the top of the rim. Rice with the rebound. Wilcher looks, finds Lawrence. Lawrence at the top of the line is going to go back out. Rice to Williams for three off the rim. And Rice will save it, but it is taken away by the Tigers. Down a man until Rice makes his way back. Johnston in the paint is going to be forced back out to Binder. Tim now from the arc, off the rim. Williams still able to put that one in and finish for two. Huskers up by 10, 26-16 with 5:40 left to play. Tim looking to cut his way through, half the shot clock gone already. Sheldon directing as there's 10 left to shoot. Tim finding Binder. Binder slips it to Gardner. Gardner turns, immediately double teamed, has to fade away again. This time it falls. Lawrence with a handoff to Hoiberg. Hoiberg driving, tosses one up, finishes for two. And Binder will call a timeout for the Tigers. A 30-second timeout. And the Huskers have done an excellent job adjusting to Doan's gameplay. Started shooting far more threes. They are 3 for 10 right now. Doan 3 for 8. However, where the Huskers are really pulling all their points from is, like I said, in the paint, 8 for 17. Doan 6 for 18. Once again, have allowed 10 points in the paint. Doan, however, this time able to get it inside and toss up a few, scoring 6 on the inside. I think the Tigers are going to need to make a decision here. Are they going to focus on the long shooting? Or are we really going to try to hammer that down and just keep tossing them up? Or are we going to speed up our rate of play and attempt to get it inside? Johnston in front of the Cornhusker bench, looking to get it inside to Sheldon, is going to be forced around to Tim. Cricky looks to Sheldon, almost knocked away by Coleman. 10 to shoot, Tim on the drive, good look to Johnston. Johnston fakes, pulls up from, oh, almost a travel, not quite. Cricky bounces off the rim. There's a struggle for the rebound. Lawrence will save that one for the Huskers. Coleman on the turnaround now. Is met immediately by Johnston and is who is driven into and called for the foul. And another media timeout as your Huskers still lead by 10, this time 30-20. And shortly after we return from timeout, and have a second opportunity on the inbound here, is Coleman, baseline, finds Wilcher. Coleman with the save there. Back to Williams. Williams tosses that one to Hoiberg. An excellent rebound by Krikke. The Tigers with an opportunity to make up some points here. Sheldon down court in the corner is going to send that one back to Binder. Tigers trailing 23-30 right now. 15 left to shoot. Sheldon gets it to Binder. Binder turning, wants to slip that one through, is going to be forced to fade away. It is off the glass. Williams back down court, fakes a handoff, taking it baseline, puts one up for two. Binder bringing it across to Tim, who immediately throws it up for three. It finds the back of the rim, and Williams will pull down the rebound. Krikke with the contest forces it out of bounds. It will remain with the Huskers. And Josiah Gardner re-entering the lineup for your Tigers. Lawrence down court to Williams. Good ball movement as they get it over to Rice. Jacobson coming out to receive the pass. Williams cuts across, a handoff to Rice. Lawrence pulls up for three. And the Huskers now with their largest lead of 12, 35-23, with just under 2 minutes left to play. Binder finding Sheldon. Sheldon almost has it knocked away, recovers. Tim finds himself in a double team. Good slip through to Gardner, who will pull up for two at the line. Now it's Coleman trying to go to work against him. He'll be forced back out. Williams will receive the pass. It is knocked away by Sheldon. A quick turnaround here. Johnston sprinting, trying to make some room against Rice. Puts one in for two. Jacobson returning down court. Williams to Rice. He'll pull up for three. It finds the back of the rim. And Tim will pull down the rebound. As we enter the final minute of the first half, Johnston trying to create some room. Will go all the way across to Tim. Tim saves that pass, gets it to Binder. 10 to shoot. Sheldon finding Binder. Quick release from three off the rim. Jacobson traces down the rebound. Jacobson to Rice. Rice taking it inside, met with a double team. It's off the front of the rim. Johnston pulls down the rebound. About a 10-second differentiation between the shot and game clock here. Sheldon in possession, 20 to shoot. Huskers lead 35-27. Binder back to Sheldon, to Tim, 10 to shoot. Tigers now making some movement. He'll slip it inside. Gardner putting it up and over. Oh, around the rim, falls out. So Huskers looking like the last possession of the first half here. It'll be Coleman for a deep three, banks that one in. 2 seconds left. Sheldon pulls up for a very long three, just misses the basket as it clips the back of the rim, bounces out, and your Huskers, the Huskers, will lead 38-27 at half. And as we wind out of halftime, a few notes. Doan shooting 36% from the floor, 36% from three, and 100% from the free throw line. Nebraska, on the other hand, shooting 50% from the floor, 29% from three, and 75% from the line. Nebraska increased their shooting percentage by at least 5% in between each media timeout to finish with 50%. Meanwhile, Doan's shooting percentage has relatively remained in the 30s, regardless of when it was. However, the Tigers have cut way down on turnovers, only allowing 3 after the first. I mean, in all honesty, what it boils down to at this moment is that Lincoln is taking far more shots than the Tigers are. I mean, more opportunities typically result in more points, and I think that, once again, has everything to do with the sense of urgency. Like, follow your shots. Go to the passes. Don't be afraid to overrun something, you know? Anywho, Doan University in control here. Sheldon with an and one opportunity to kick off the half for your Tigers. And Sheldon's free throw rings itself out. And the Huskers back on offense. Coleman at the line. Just going to go to Williams. Williams and Coleman with a little back and forth here. Williams going to take it up against Tim. Will draw a foul out. Tim not happy with that call. That is Tim's first foul. And it'll be a baseline inbound. Inbound finds Wilcher in the corner, a quick release three. Rebound knocked away by Gardner and scooped up by Johnston. Johnston swinging it around, cuts inside, loses the dribble. Binder for three. And Wilcher on an attempt. Great weight by Tim there. Gardner loses it on the way up. It will remain with the Tigers. Tim receives the inbound. 12 to shoot. Tim taking it out to the top of the arc. Will pull up, fades away for two. Just short off the front of the rim. It is knocked away by Williams. Scooped up by Lawrence. Williams bringing it over to Hoiberg. Williams pulls up for three. Finds the rim. Wilcher tips the rebound away and puts it back for two. Looks like Doan bench might have wanted over the back, called on that rebound there. However, no such luck as the Huskers lead 42 to 32. Johnston trying to signal something here. We'll get it to Gardner. Gardner on the drive, in the lane, puts it up for two. An excellent take there by Gardner. And Doan already looking a little more alert, a little more present this half than they did in the first. You think maybe that sense of urgency is there? I don't know. Coleman driving up the lane gets tangled up with Tim, who will draw his second foul. Decided to go with a full court press for some unknown reason. Johnston finding Binder. Sheldon at the top of the key is going to swing it around to Binder. Once again, shot clock winding down. Gardner over to Johnston. Johnston taking it inside, loses it. Will take it out to Tim. Tim to Sheldon with 4 to shoot. An excellent reverse there by Sheldon. It's just up and over the rim. Coleman down court quickly with the rebound. Good switch there. Gardner now on defense for Coleman. And Coleman with a long three. Finds the back of the rim. Johnson will pull that one down. Excellent box out there by Sheldon. Tim gets that one inside to Gardner. Gardner immediately double teamed, and the ball was just thrown at me. Unfortunately, nobody was going to jump up and catch that, so it did, however, come exactly at the scorer's table. Slightly terrifying, but we will recover. Husker possession. Williams driving in the paint, air balls, and a tumble, an attempt for the rebound. A little tussle between Sheldon and Wilcher. Here, sitting on the bench, so he will not be returning after an early injury to his ankle. Shot for Doan is going to skip across the rim. The rebound is pulled down by Hoiberg, who gets it down court to Coleman. Coleman to Hoiberg, and Hoiberg finishes at the rim for two. And Lawrence immediately steals the inbound for an additional two. Yet again, I am not fully understanding what a full court press is necessary for when you are up 51-34, but that is just me. I am not their coach. 15:04 left to play. Huskers up 51-34 as Doan University takes their first timeout of the half. And Doan allowed to inbound this time as we come out of timeout. Renshaw down court, gets it to Tim. It is immediately stolen by Hoiberg. Hoiberg taking it all the way and puts that one in for two. Renshaw finding Sheldon in the corner. He's looking inside to Gardner. Is going to opt to bring it around to Tim. Tim finding Renshaw. It's swung around to Binder on the other side. Tim coming to the top of the arc for a little reset here. 10 seconds to shoot. Sheldon to Tim. Gardner outside to Renshaw. 5 to shoot. Renshaw pulls up for three and just short. as he'll airball that one, and a media timeout is taken. Doan faring a little bit better to start off this half, shooting 38% and 41% from 3. However, the Huskers are also shooting a bit better, 52% and 25% respectively. The Huskers currently up 53-34 with 13:40 left to play. And still absolutely no explanation as to a full court press when you're up by 20, especially with your starters still in. But like I said, I don't make those decisions. I just say what's going on. Eli Rice back into the game for the Huskers, their leading scorer. A little back and forth between Coleman and Hoiberg here. Jacobson also back in, sets a screen, is left open underneath. Good recovery by Cricky, making him work for it. Jacobson able to finish up and over Cricky for 2. Renshaw will bring it down court, gets it to Binder. Good read there by Tim, coming up to take the pass. Tim pulls up from the line, will toss one up. It's off the rim, pulled down by Lawrence. Lawrence gets it to Coleman. It is knocked away, and Doan with a steal. Sheldon gonna take it all the way, gets a block called. Coleman finds Hoiberg, will send it right back to him. Hoiberg turning, will give a handoff to Lawrence, swings it around to Rice. Rice looking inside to Coleman. Coleman with an excellent weight and gets a foul called. That one will be against Nick Size, so a potential 3-point opportunity here. Coleman at the line, hits the back of the rim with that one, and it will go out of bounds. The Tigers are in control. Renshaw on the inbound. Tim bringing it down court. Size over to Renshaw. Renshaw driving inside, gets it to Size in the corner. He puts one up for 3. There's the signs of life we needed to see from the Tigers. Rice now driving up the lane, and we'll take it to the glass for 2. Shaw escapes And as we return from timeout, Fred Cricky remains at the line, shooting 2. Cricky makes his first attempt. And will make his second. So a 2-for-2 appearance from the Tigers at the line. Wilcher finding Hope Hoiberg. Coleman coming around, receives the pass, gets it back to Hoiberg. Hoiberg on the drive, puts it in, and will draw a foul. That one's going to go against Cricky. Hoiberg making his attempt at the line, puts the Huskers up by 21 as they lead 62-41. Renshaw attempting to get it inside to Cricky. It will result in a kicked ball. It'll be Size coming over for a handoff from Cricky. Size in the lane, loses it on the way up. It is stolen by Jacobson. Jacobson with a quick turnaround runs into some trouble with Renshaw. Coleman steps back for 3 off the rim. Cricky pulls down the rebound. Size taking it to the corner, swings around. They find Cricky. Good look to Renshaw. Renshaw finds Tim. Sheldon will pull it out. It is swung back around to Size. He finds Sheldon. Sheldon looking for somewhere to go with it. Good switch there by the Huskers. He'll send it to Cricky. Cricky in the corner with 5 to shoot. Gets it across. Nice save there by Tim. It is almost stolen away. I think Tim might have wanted a call there or something, but no such luck. So the Tigers will still remain in possession. However, they have 2.6 to shoot the second they get it in. Cam Binder and River Johnston returning for your Tigers. Binder finds Size, quick release for 3. It's off the rim. Coleman chases down the rebound. Coleman to Wilcher. Smart switch. Goes to Williams. Williams opts to pass instead, finds Jacobson. And yet another foul is called against Cricky. Fred Cricky with 3 now and still 10 minutes left to play. Binder taking it to one side and then is going to bring it back out to the top, gets it over to Size. Size sends it back. Sheldon now in control of it, over to Binder, 8 to shoot. Rabig at the top of the key, turns, finds Johnson, sets a screen. Johnson double teamed, is going to be forced to run inside, floats one up. A quick shot, and it will not fall. Excellent ball passing there by the Huskers as they make it down the court in nearly seconds. Huskers up 68-41. Sheldon to Size, over to Rabik. Rabik finding Johnson. Johnston in the paint, puts it up for 2, grabs his own rebound, tries again, puts it back. Jacobson driving and will be fouled by Rabik. Jacobson at the line, finds the back of the rim on his first attempt. as Carter Roos makes his first appearance in the lineup for your Tigers. Great take by Size, it's off the rim. Roos with an attempted rebound, it's gonna be snagged away by Wilcher. Williams down court quickly, driving into some traffic off the glass. Roos pulls down the rebound. And quick turnaround here for the Tigers. Binder back to Johnston. Johnston with a fake, takes it to the rim at smart weight, puts it up for 2. This is the rate of play we needed to see from the Tigers. Rice driving, has it knocked away by Roos, recovers, it's off the rim. Roos tips it out to Binder. What an excellent defensive showing there for the Tigers. Size bringing it around. He finds Roos in the corner for 3. It is off the rim, pulled down by Lawrence. Lawrence letting time wind down here as he directs and comes back over for a shot for 3. No luck. Size with the rebound. Johnston down court now, taking it inside in the paint, goes outside. Binder, quick release from 3, off the rim. No one there for the rebound. Wilcher chases it down. Williams on the outside now. Good pressure applied by Sheldon. Rice up and over Johnston for 2. And we'll get an attempt for a 3-point play after another media timeout. The Huskers are up 72-45. Johnston finding Roos at the top, goes over to Binder. Binder in the corner, excellent screen set there by Adamek. Size pass to Binder, it is knocked away by Williams. Slams one down for 2. Size bringing it down court, pulls up from the line. It is off the rim and knocked away by Lawrence. Lawrence over to Hoiberg. Wilcher has a look, opts to drive up the lane, finishes for 2. And after that last media timeout, Doan has allowed 48 points inside the paint, which is pretty much their undoing right now, as they've only scored 20 themselves. Binder throws one up for 3. It is off the rim. Jacobson chases down the rebound. Wilcher tosses that one over with a baseline drive. Nice reverse, finishes for 2. 5 minutes left to play. The Huskers lead 78-45. Binder finding size over to Johnston in the corner, who is immediately double teamed. They may have found out who our shooters are. Ruse over to size. Johnston at the line looking for somewhere to go with it with 5 to shoot. Adamak in control, double teamed, drives, finds the corner. Ruse for 3. And it did not touch rim. Adamak's rebound will result in a shot clock violation. 3 new Huskers into the lineup, as well as a new Tiger Guy Moran making his appearance late in the game here. Burt over to Jacobson. Goes outside to Grace the third. Hoiberg with a look to Jacobson in the corner. He'll send it right back to him. Hoiberg driving. Nice pass to Burt, who finishes from underneath the rim. Johnston down court. Gets it to the corner. He's going to slip through, up the lane, all the way across. Ruse tries again from the corner. This time it's good. Grace the third down court with it. Gets it to Burt, swung around over to Rice. Rice finding Jacobson. Jacobson left open from 3 as no one's able to get around Burt. It unfortunately is going to go long. Oh, Adamak chases it down. A recovery for the Tigers. Johnston up the lane, waits. Adamak knocks the rebound away. Johnston chases it down, but it will stay with the Tigers. A timeout is taken as Preston Harms and Jack Wilson will be entering the game after the timeout for your Tigers, who are trailing 48-80 with 3:41 left to play in the second half. And as we are back from timeout, Jacobson bringing the ball down court for the Huskers. Grace the third on a drive to the rim, takes out Wilson. And it ends up leaving Rice wide open for 3 in the corner. Harms bringing it down court. Ruse looking for somewhere to go with it. Wilson coming out to receive the pass. Wilson back to Ruse. It's swung around to Harms. 10 to shoot. He'll send it back to Ruse. Ruse at the top of the key, gets it to Wilson, turns, finds Moran. Moran will send one for three. It's off the rim. Harms chases down the rebound, but it is saved by Hoiberg, thrown against Harms, so it would go out of bounds off the Tigers and therefore be Husker possession. Killian Boosfield and Jackson Kessler coming into the game with 3 minutes left to play. Slips through, takes it over to Harms. Harms finding Boosfield inside. Boosfield turns, takes a shot. It is off the rim, snagged by Wilcher. Grace the third, trying to take it inside. Moran with the steal, and the Husker bench wanted a foul called. In all honesty, it really genuinely seemed like he lost it on the way down. Boosfield with a second attempt, once again finds the rim. Jacobson takes the rebound down. Under 2 to play. Burt's shot is swatted away. And Moran once again bringing it down court. Huskers lead 83-48 with 1:40 left to play. Moran throws one up for 3. Rice sends that one over to Jacobson. Jacobson taking it to the corner. Good defense there by Wilson. He'll send it back to Rice. A shot for 3 is off the rim. Burt saves the rebound, tries to put it back. No basket, but will get a foul called. That will go against Jackson Kessler, his first, and it will send Burt to the line for his first appearance at the free throw mark. Burt finds the back of the rim on that first attempt. Makes up for it with the second one. Kessler down court with the ball. Taking it to the top of the key, swings it over to Harms. Harms sending it right back to him. Moran coming out to receive the pass. We'll send it back to Harms. 15 to shoot. They find Wilson. Good look inside to Kessler. Kessler's shot is knocked away by Hoiberg, and we are under 1 minute left to play. Grace the third down court. We'll send it to Burt and back out to Hoiberg, who's going to let a little time come off the clock here. Grace the third up the lane. Great defense by Harms. Harms knocking the ball away. Moran with the steal. Kessler down court. Smart wait finds Wilson. Wilson with a reverse. Rebound puts it back for 2. Less than 30 seconds to play. Huskers are up 84-53 and no shot clock. It looks like the Huskers are going to run one more play here. Rice to Burt. And they will hold on to it as time runs out. The final score, your Doane University Tigers will fall on the road 53-84. Doane fans, we invite you to join us on the Doane Sports Network at 7:30 on Tuesday for some volleyball. They will be hosting Mount Marty. And if you are purely just a basketball fan, they will be back in action at home on Wednesday, November 1st, hosting Tabor College. That game will occur at 7 p.m. We thank you for joining us this evening. My name is Cassie Kessler, and it, as always, has been a pleasure speaking with you.